Now in a second. Anyway.
There we go.
Good
We're
afternoon.
live.
Good afternoon. We are now live after a slight technical hitch. Welcome to THFC Till I Die on a Friday before the Manchester United game. This is the home of Spurs past, present, and if we beat United tomorrow, I think everyone will be very, very happy about the future. So joining me today is the usual co-host from Spurs Between the Lines. It's the lovely Mia. How are you, Mia?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
That's good. That's good. What do you reckon? Are you nervous or happy or a bit of both for tomorrow against United?
I'm a bit excited actually because I'm excited to see what we will do when we're playing against a team who actually want to play football, opposed to putting all the men behind the ball. It's a big game, our first home game, so I'm a little bit anxious and a little bit nervous, but I'm quite excited to see what Tottenham can do, because I've heard a lot of Man United fans saying they're going to have over 60% of the ball, and a lot of stuff that I'm a bit like, no, I don't think so. So for me, I think it will be a really good game.
I think United fans, from their performance against Wolves, that's a bit of wishful thinking. Because Wolves should have had them for dinner last Monday night, but for a variety of bad finishing and poor refereeing, they didn't. So I think it's a good time to play United. Here he is. The missing link has arrived. Can you hear us, Dermot?
Can you hear us?
Yes. Houston doesn't have a problem.
I'd tell you, Houston had less problems talking to the moon than talking to you sometimes. Do you know that?
I plugged it in the wrong hole. That's what I did. That's me being bluntly honest.
Don't even go there.
I'm not even going to make a comment on that, okay? I could make so many. No. You can stay down the bottom. I don't think so. Go back to the bottom, because you come in late. You cause us problems. You think you can come in and think you're a bloody king. Hell no. Go back to where you belong, mate. Like at the bottom, boy. That's where you belong.
Anyway, hello. I'm back. And I've actually, I'm hoping for no interruptions today, no bloom screens, no freezes, no nothing. So
are we.
Thank you. This is where we're going to have it.
Who made her bloody boss?
No,
anyway.
Listen, that's how we're doing it, because you come in late thinking that you're the boss around here. No, we're not having it. I think actually, to be fair, we'll have Philip as boss, because Philip is boss.
Yeah. Anyway, well, look, welcome to THFC Till I Die, your home of Tottenham past, present, and the future. He's back above me, Mr. Brady, back from his the only way I can describe why Philip wasn't here yesterday was the after party he had after his concert on Wednesday night. Now, we know these parties are legendary, but this one went on to the early hours of Thursday morning. I rung him up. Philip was still going at it at 10 o'clock in the morning. So how are you feeling after your all-night party, Philip? Do you know? Well, it's 70-year-olds.
You must be mixing me up with somebody else. My all-night party's finished about 9 p.m.
You mean Keith Woods out of the Rolling Stones?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I know. No, actually, yesterday I had a lot of actually personal stuff to do, work to do, so I was unavailable temporarily. I'm sorry about
that. I've just seen what Carl's put in the comments. It's really funny.
I haven't seen it yet. Bring them up there. I haven't seen them yet.
Listen, Philip, do you want to host? Because you're at the top. So look, why don't you host it and I'll just stay down the bottom here. I've been the comments up for you if you want, and you can read them. And
would you mind? Yeah, my computer's not quick on those.
Yeah.
So, right, okay, I'll do it for a while. Okay. Wembley 1 saying, afternoon, everyone. Big test tomorrow. Yeah, we're just talking about that. It is a big test. But I'm actually, normally when we play Man United, I'm very, but tomorrow, for some reason, I think they're going to be the ones that are going to be in trouble. I think we're going to beat them.
Do you really think that?
You've gone
That's
like,
what I like to hear.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, because I didn't watch the Wolves game. From what I've heard of it, Wolves could have been all over them. Should have been all over them score-wise, and would have been if the referee had decided to wear a pair of glasses.
We came on to the Premier League review, and I could hear Mia in the background. That's a penalty. That was a penalty.
Yeah,
referee give that a penalty. I then had to go.
Penalty I've ever seen.
Penalty.
It was unbelievable. When you look at the penalties given against us on Sunday for a little a micro tap on the guy's ankle, he goes down like he's been shot by a tank, and the referee buys it, or VAR buys it. Anyway,
can you imagine if Mia was Man United's manager? She would have gone on there and belted him one. I think the referee. To be
He was
fair.
Wolves
Yeah, I think
manager.
I bloody
The
would
Wolves
have.
manager.
I mean, the Wolves manager, yeah, I would have as well. I
Yeah.
would have been like, what the hell are you doing? And the
I
fact
think
that he
it's
got a
Hogard.
yellow card. He got a yellow
Yeah,
card as
for
well, didn't
complaining.
he?
Yeah,
For complaining. A blatant
Yeah.
penalty.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyway, Hodgard, hope you got home all right last night, James, and your flight was on time. Say good afternoon, Philip. Ginger Baker. If anyone doesn't know who Ginger Baker was, he was a drummer in the band called Cream with Eric Clapton, Mia and Chad. So great to meet you again, James, and I hope you had a great time in Dublin.
Yeah, can I just say he's Phil Collins on the Wednesday night, and then he's Tom Jones on the Thursday night. So Philip's a man of many many personalities.
Many faces.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
film. What was the name of that film? Oh, what was the name of it? He was all different personalities. He was in the X-Men film. Oh, what's
I
the
don't
name
know.
of it now?
I don't know. Let's just move on, eh?
Move on
So you
anyway.
think of it. You can think of
Hello.
it. And
And
we'll,
Hodgard,
Yeah,
Hodgard saying hello, Dermot. Say hello, Dermot.
yeah.
And Carl
Didn't I-
Simpson, good afternoon, Dermot. Philip, and
hello,
Mia, and
Dermot.
everyone in the chat. Hello, Dermot. Yes.
He's told me to say hello, Dermot. So I just said hello,
Not to
Dermot.
me, to him. Not to me, to him. Come on.
oh my God. It's like working with
Jeez,
Dougal
it's
from.
so hard to get
from
staff these days.
Father
Isn't it, really?
Ted.
So hard to get staff.
I know. We might as well call. Do you know what? We might as well call you Dougal.
You
Oh,
said hello,
that's it.
Dermot. So I said hello, Dermot. So there you go.
Yeah,
I'm doing
yeah.
some told.
Remember, you're wearing your blue sweater. Remember? Remember that one?
It's a bit
We
lonely
fell out of the
down the
helicopter
bottom
and you
here.
didn't remember it. You were wearing your
I
blue
feel
sweater.
like Billy No Mates down the bottom here.
Well,
Good.
that's the
That's what you
punishment for
deserve.
coming in late, you know. That's what you're coming in late,
Yeah.
get you.
That's right.
Anyway, Carl Simpson, we've said that one. So how are you, Carl?
Big up,
And
Carl.
Wembley won. I do wonder how many points we will get against the top six this season. Not that many, I fear. But then that won't be much different from previous season. No, I think we're going to do, call me deluded, call me, I don't know. I'm glass half full most of the time. I'm glass 3/4 full this season. Because I do think we're going to surprise a lot of teams. I'd probably be
I
totally
think so.
wrong, but no, I don't think so. I think Anne's has got something going here.
And also, Joe, what else I think is because of the type of football we're going to play, I think it's going to surprise a lot of these bigger teams. I think that the top 6 team are going to be surprised by us. I think that's something as well.
I think so.
I
think we're gonna catch
feel a
the
4-0
pundits
win
on-
coming on.
Do you? Jeez. My God, that's that. Now I thought I was deluded. Now that's pretty much put me in my box. Well, it used to be great to see it. It'd be marvelous.
But
You know?
did we
Yeah.
beat them 4? Did we beat them 4-1 or 5? No,
We beat them 6-1 in their place.
Yeah, did we
under
beat them
Mourinho.
4-1 at Old Trafford one year?
Probably did. Yeah, beat them 3-2.
It was. I remember we beat them 3. Was it 3-2 or 3-1? Because like in August, wasn't it? When Lucas Moura, I was away on holiday, and me and my brother was watching it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I remember that.
Yeah, anyway, let's take a win tomorrow. And we could send the 15 Manchester United fans that don't live in London back up the M6, very unhappy. So, anyway. And the disabled team is saying, hi, Dermot, Philip, and me. I hope you're all well. Yeah, we're all good. Good on a Friday evening.
Oh, so
Neil Shafton, how you, Neil?
This is what Carl put.
Whatever. Yeah, that's 9 p.m. watershed, Carl. 9 p.m. Well, it's probably 9 p.m. somewhere, so we'll get away with it.
Whatever floats your boat, eh? Whatever floats your boat.
Honest to God.
Oh,
Neil Shafton saying Wolves should have had 4 or 5 v United. Hopefully the same United show up tomorrow and we can run up a treble or more and then they want to give it up. And yeah, I mean, if it is the same United, we will beat them. But, let's see. And Andrew Gregory, good afternoon, Dermot, Philip and Mia. Looks like the pot has already been stirred. Right, okay. What are we cooking?
Chili.
Okay.
Chili, yeah, chili is right.
I cooked chili the other day. It's quite nice. Blew my head off.
Did you? Yeah, it does.
Mind you, Derville said to me it wasn't red enough, so I didn't put enough sauce into it. But apart from that, it was all right.
Oh, right. And Neil again. Not just the ref, Philip, the VAR team of Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, and Helen Keller missed. Lovely. Well, they'll not be missing anything this weekend because they've all been stood down with proper order. That's a great comment, though.
That is, I was about to say that's a brilliant comment.
That's a brilliant comment. Yeah, absolutely.
We've got Carl saying this is what happens when Dermot stays up late playing FIFA. He goes nuts. I enjoyed that last night, that bit of FIFA stuff. It was good. I've lost 3 games in a row now. So I'd leave you on my door. Yeah.
It was you ringing you up saying lose the next one, you're sacked.
Yeah, basically.
Hot God 10 is saying we had a great time. Thanks, Philip. Slight delay coming home, but all good. Definitely coming back. Yeah. You got Dublin in a good week, James. The weather was reasonably good, And Andrew says, does Philip kick over his drum kit at the end? No, I do not. Bloody hell, not the price of them. No, I don't. Absolutely no. Don't do a Keith Moon on it. No.
He does, doesn't he, Mia? He does. He does that on a Tuesday night. He does. Mia videoed it.
Joe, what? It's the way that he is. We keep telling you, backstage, he comes across like this lovely gentleman, but backstage, he's an absolute nightmare. We see him kicking stuff over, shouting, demanding.
So bloody pink M&Ms again. Jeez, I'm going to have to do something about this.
He even starts pointing the finger, doesn't he? It's the big finger that comes out. He thinks he's handing sugar. You're fired. You're fired.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
it's really intimidating, really intimidating.
It is. Me and Mia are in tears. Me and Mia are in tears before we come on stream. It's like we're both crying, like in fear. And then he comes.
I hear Michael Parkinson was like that. Did you hear that yesterday? Michael Parkinson was really hard on his researchers. You'd never think that from the guy on screen, but apparently he gave them hell behind the scenes if he didn't agree with what they come up with. Yeah.
Now we know where he gets it from, Mia.
Now I'm a big fan of Michael Parkinson.
Yeah, there you go. Then we've got Dermo's the worst tackler in FIFA. Absolute.
Yeah. Why am I not surprised?
I'd agree with that. Just keep Phil away from the elephant.
Tranquilizers. Yeah, I might need one sometimes.
Yeah. Just a big thing. Look, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but on the 16th, it was actually Elvis Presley's anniversary. 46 years since he's dead.
Right.
And right. I meant to say it the other day, Philip, and maybe we might do it in this stream or when we're doing something different for the podcast. But put in there, what was your favorite Elvis song, and put it in the chat. I was brought up with him. My mother was a massive fan, and I was brought up with him. Loved the film that Austin Butler did. Brilliant film. I would recommend that film to go and watch that from anyone.
I'll put mine in now, actually.
Yeah. Just put it in there, people in the chat. What was your favorite Elvis song? Just because it was his anniversary, 46 years, Philip. It's an awful long time.
He died the same day as Bing Crosby.
Did
Bing Crosby
really?
himself died the same day. Yeah. So 2 of the most famous singers America had died in the same day. Yeah.
And
I know. You didn't know that, did you?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I know. You see, you were only looking for Elvis. I remember my mother kept saying, "Oh, I used to love Bing Crosby singing." That's why I knew that he died on the same day. So.
Yeah. So, what was your favorite Elvis song, Mia?
Oh, there's just so many. Obviously, I'm young, so I didn't get brought up with Elvis Presley. And my mum wasn't really a fan, neither was my dad. I said to you before, my dad was like more of a Queen fan. But Suspicious Minds is definitely one I loved. Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock. Oh, there's so many, isn't there? Like, I Can't Help Falling in Love. I absolutely love that song. There's just too many. Honestly, I think there's just so many that I couldn't choose one.
I love this rock. I love this early stuff. I thought when he went to Vegas, he became a bit of an establishment figure then, but he really rocked the boat when he was in his early days,
Yeah, I mean, he did that, and then when you got to the early years in Vegas after the 68 comeback, there's a film out at the moment called, it's about the documentary about the 68 comeback special and about how it's put together. But from then up to 73, he was at his peak. He really was. There was nobody. And then after that, and it shows, Philip, even footballers, Paul Merson, singers, all get, addiction is a very bad thing to get into.
Yeah.
And
true.
We've got a few here. We've got Promised Land, which is a Chuck Berry song, I think, originally, Philip. If I'm right on that. Chuck Berry did that originally, didn't he? Promised Land?
Chuck Berry. Yeah, it did, I think. Yeah. But Elvis's version of it is really very good.
Yeah, it is. We've got Always on My Mind by Wembley 1, Suspicious Minds by Hot God 10, American Trilogy. That should be the American national anthem. And people actually saying that. Burning Love for me, that's my favorite. Andrew says, Bing died on the golf course, Elvis died on the toilet. Well, we don't know technically.
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
This one's for you, Mia. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Mia, what do you say to Joseph here?
Thanks, but yeah, that's a bit kind of weird, but okay.
I have never seen Mia short for
She's
words.
blushing. She's blushing.
No, it just makes me feel really uncomfortable when people say stuff like that. That like, yeah. There's only a place in my heart for two boys. That's the only. That's the only one that I'll be in love with.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice?
It is. Well, there you go. I'll just put it one more time for you there, Mia. She is going red. Look, you can see her going.
I don't like it. It's really weird.
I said the camera will be going off now in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't. I've actually put my camera on for a change as well.
Yeah.
Big up Wilton McDonald. Good morning, afternoon, Mia, Dermot, Philip. Hope all is well. Yeah, we're grand. We've got lovely Wilton. Blue Moon of Kentucky, which was on the B side, Philip, to That's All Right, Mama, which came from the song That's All Right, Little Mama, which was a 1930s or 1940s song. And they adapted it when he was in Sun Records to That's All Right, Mama. And Blue Moon of Kentucky was on the B side of that first album.
There's a great version of that. Go on. How do you know it all? Because you're a nerd.
How do I? It's very sad that I know that, actually. I am a nerd.
Okay. Actually, I got a great version of that Blue Moon in Kentucky. It's by a band called the Kentucky Headhunters. They were back in the 90s. They ripped up the country scene in America. It's a brilliant version of it, really is. Anyway, Neil Shafton is saying, "What? Viva Las Vegas!"
Oh yeah, that's a good. Yeah, go on, Philip.
Because we have a scooter rally there called High Street Rollers Weekend. Lots of Brits used to make the trip over to Vegas, trying their best to match Hunter S. Thompson, Fear and Loathing. No, very good. Oh, nice. Yeah, Viva Las Vegas is a good song, right?
Yeah, good film as well for Man Margaret as well in that, who allegedly he had an affair with.
Allegedly,
but mind you, allegedly.
There's a lot of allegedlys regarding Elvis and his affairs now, to be honest.
Fair play to him, though. Good afternoon, me lovelies. Hope you're all daring to do.
Yeah.
Well, with Mr. Jose, he likes to get around a bit, from what I hear. He goes from channel to channel. Just saying, that's what I've heard anyway.
Right.
And we move on.
You know what I mean.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. We get you. We get you.
El Cockerel. Jailhouse Rock for me. Good film as well.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Thank you, Mia, to say that live. Mia, I have a girlfriend, but thanks for your friendship. Oh, there you go.
No, Mia. Oh, there you go. That's nice.
There you go. Wembley 1. I remember coming out of Ted Nugent gig at the Hammersmith Odeon into an absolute monsoon, and then the rumours and the news of Elvis's death going around. Everyone on the tube train home. Never forgot it.
Yeah, yes. It's one of those nights.
Yeah, where were you, Philip?
I was at home for the weekend at my parents' house, and I came on the news about 9 o'clock that Elvis Presley had died, and the whole country just descended into, mourning really for a couple of days after. It was a huge shock at the time. It really was.
I was 6 months sitting on my mama's knee. That's what I was doing.
That's all right. My mama then, was it?
Yeah, that's right. That's good. I like that.
Do you know what? It's obviously, I was not born then, but like somebody like Michael Jackson, I remember exactly where I was when the news came out about Michael Jackson, and the same with George Michael, because I really love George Michael, and like Whitney Houston, all the ones like that you hear, and you do always remember the big stars. You remember where you were when you heard that news.
My grandmother died the same day as my grandmother died the same day as John Kennedy was shot in in Dallas.
Wow.
So that's yeah.
Cool.
Michael Jackson. I was actually walking down the stairs making a cup of tea for me and my ex-wife, and she shouted to me from the bedroom, "Michael Jackson's dead," and I nearly fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
I just I couldn't believe it. It was like, you got to be kidding me.
I just come out of the hospital. I was pregnant with Alexander, and I was early pregnant. I went to the hospital because I had a bit of a scare. We came out, we got a message, and we thought it was a joke because this person's a bit of a joker. And then we found out actually that obviously message again said, no, it's true. Look on your phone. So we looked on our phones, and yeah, it was true. So that's where we were in the hospital, coming out of the hospital.
God, yeah. No,
We've got Dermot doing the servant. Whatever that means. I don't know, Neil. Whatever I'm doing here. But I haven't had a blue screen or anything yet, so my computer's behaving itself after it's gone under surgery a lot. Yeah, Freddie Mercury. I was
young when Freddie was.
Yeah, I was devastated when Freddie Mercury died. We've got here waking up to John Lennon being shot.
Yeah, that was another one. 1980. Yeah.
You've got you lot need to practice what you preach. Didn't your parents ever tell you not to believe everything you hear?
Listen, we've got. I'm still jury out on you now because of what was said. You see, so I'm going to have to research you a bit more, Jose. Sorry.
Yeah. When Freddie Mercury died, I remember that got bought up on Queen. Yeah, I remember
same as me.
He did. Yeah, I did as well. I love Queen. A massive Bowie fan. The guys know up above the know I'm a
Dermot, what is it with all the rock stars that you are fond of? They're all dying.
I know.
Think about it.
Is it? Yeah.
No, not really. Not really. I mean, David Bowie died before his time. So did Freddie Mercury. So did John Lennon, and so did Elvis. You think about it. Where were you on the 9th of August, 1977?
I was having a shit in my nappy. That's what I was doing.
Okay, that's a good alibi. We'll give you that one.
Do you know what? When the day Bowie died, I actually couldn't sleep that night, and I had it in my head. I said something's going to break on the news, and I actually watched the news, and I cried when Bowie died. I love Bowie.
Yeah.
Bowie was up from a little kid up to I loved the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust. That's a brilliant album. The Let Dance album was absolutely fantastic. Nile Rodgers did that album with David Bowie, with Let's Dance and Modern Love. The Chief lead. You know what I mean, anyway.
He's showing off
what
he knows, Yeah.
David Bowie, obviously, another one that my dad absolutely loved, and an absolute rock star. Like he was just unbelievable. I love that. I love David Bowie.
My favorite Queen and Freddie Mercury's Bowie and Freddie is Under Pressure. I love that.
Yeah, I love Under Pressure.
Yeah.
The video is brilliant.
Do you know what? Funny enough, when we were in the back room the other day and you played it, and I was tapping along to it and singing to it, and the boys were like, "Oh yeah, I know that from the advert, right? For a certain rice company." And I was like, "Honestly, boys, seriously, you do better. Do better. You should know that."
I must tell you a funny one. The funniest thing I can remember about a rock star dying is, I remember we were on holidays in New York or something like that. Anyway, and there was these two Dublin girls who were on the dance floor dancing away, right? And the word had come through that Bob Marley was after dying, Big Spurs fan, And all you can hear was these two. When the Bob Marley song came on the DJ, he says, "Jesus, he says, Bob Marley, he's brown bread." The Dublin slang for dead. Always remember that. And I never missed a beat either saying it, He's brown bread.
I swear to God, Philip, I'm going to just say this, only in Ireland. That's one of them, only in Ireland.
Yeah, he's brown bread.
You've muted yourself, Mia.
Oh, yeah, it is only in Ireland, definitely, 100%.
It is. I'm going to say that to Deborah when we finish now. I'll see where she get it, because she's a Dublin girl. Funny, my wife's 56 was yesterday, and the kids got her a Bowie and Freddie Mercury illustration, and we were explaining their deaths to her parents. Wow.
Yeah.
El Crowd, smash the likes on the way in, during the show, and as you exit the show. So do what he says. We've only got 8 likes and 28 people watching. Come on, people. A servant with
Sorry,
I'm just reading the rest. The servant with the knowing about records on the B-sides, the labels. All right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Queen is the best band I've seen alive. Queen, they stole Live Aid. That's all I'm going to say.
I missed your thing the other day to reply to you, Ollie, and it was lovely to have you on my channel the other day. It was nice to have a little chat with you.
Big up Ollie, and big up Ollie. The disabled team, off topic, but I remember when Ronnie Barker died, the comedy great. Porridge.
He was.
Brought the two Ronnies. What was the other one? The shop.
Open all hours.
Do you know what? Is it bad that every time I see David Jason trending on anything, I'm like, oh my God, like he's a gem. I'm like, oh my God, please, like he's having an operation apparently for his hip. And I was like, oh my God, it's like, and I was like, oh my God, something happened to him. And then I was like, okay, no, it's fine. He's just having a hip operation. I'll be devastated, absolutely devastated, because I love him.
It's like
my favorite Ronnie Barker line. Sorry, David, one.
Yeah, it's like we grew up with these people. And it's like a part of our family or part of our lives, like David Jason, Michael Parkinson as well, and all these other people. And that when they pass away, you go, it affects you. It really upsets you. It's like when Tottenham players die, you're thinking like when Bill Nick died, or Danny Blanchflower and Jimmy Greaves. It affects you, and you're thinking, wow. So, yeah.
My go back to Ronnie Barker for a second. My favorite Ronnie Barker line in Porridge was when Godper is going down to the shop. He want to get you something fresh. He said, bring me back a copy of The Sun. Oh yeah, and something to read as well. That was hilarious.
Right. Look, should we get on with the show?
Yeah, I think it's
good on with it. Yeah. Now, Philip, Gift Orban or Brennan Johnson, who is the best fit for Spurs? Now, Philip, I haven't been around all day because as my computer's been under surgery, I've been like a nervous parent.
Oh, no.
Yeah, again. I've downgraded from 11 to 10, and apparently it's worked the problem.
Right.
Now, Gift Orban or Brendan Johnson? Mia, who would you go for?
I would go for Gift Orban personally. I think that Brendan Johnson is okay, he's good, he's decent, but I feel like that what we need is a Gift Orban, because I feel like he is a good raw talent who is a really a good goal scorer by the looks of things. So I would definitely go for Gift Orban in my opinion.
Philip, are we looking? Look, just very quickly, with Gift Orban or Brendan Johnson, are we looking for a Harry Kane replacement? Or do you think we need to look for something different?
I don't think you could class either of those as a Harry Kane replacement. I mean, let's face it, you can't replace the replaceable directly anywhere. Exactly. Gift Orban they're both inexperienced. I mean, I saw Brendan Johnson playing for Forest, and I wasn't that impressed by him. Orban seems to have a better eye for a goal, but Johnson has also been looked for by Chelsea, apparently, who want to make him the 753rd member of the first team squad, it seems. I saw a picture of the Chelsea team bus the other day. It was 3 coaches welded together. Go on,
Philip. Sorry.
I have to say Orban. If we're going to go for one of those to Orban, plus the fact he's about 20 million cheaper than Johnson, which will always be a factor in the case anyway. So I'll go for Orban.
But would you go? But Mia, look, we don't know if he's Premier League proven, Orban, but we know Brendan Johnson is. Is it better to get somebody that's Premier League proven than somebody that's not Premier League proven?
No, because just because you're in the Premier League doesn't mean you're good. There's plenty of players that aren't good enough for our team that are Premier League proven, right?
Yeah, Eric.
So this is what I'm saying. So for me, I think that Orban, again with the price as well, and the fact that he is going to be a goal scorer. We can't replace Harry Kane, but we obviously somebody who can score goals will be helpful to help the team score goals. So absolutely, I just think to myself, why does everyone have to have Premier League proven? Does Brighton have Premier League proven players? No, they go and find little gems, don't they? So I don't understand why people got this obsession with Premier League proven or proven players. It's just, I don't think it's that important. If you scout correctly, you'll get a good player, just like we have in the past.
Do you know what I saw earlier today? Now, I had to check the date on the calendar to make sure it wasn't April the 1st. Someone had in the Spurs were going to offer 120 million for Evan Ferguson from Brighton.
Now, that's a player I would love at Spurs. I'm telling you now.
He's not worth 120 million, though. No way.
Apparently, we approached for him and they rejected it anyway. So we did approach for him. They rejected it. And 120 million. He's not
Yeah.
even done he might be
Done
good
one-
for
one
whatever, but
season.
that's ridiculous. One season is silly.
And I
That's
saw
a
him. I
crazy
saw him
amount.
play. I saw him play for Ireland against France there in the Europeans there a couple of months back, and I didn't even know he was on the pitch, to be honest with you, because the French centre backs had him in their pocket. So he's not worth that sort of money. He's potential, but a couple more seasons, then maybe he's worth big money, but not yet.
That's
But it's Gift Orban and Brian and Brennan Johnson potential as well.
Yeah, but they're cheaper,
look at the price. Look at the price. Look at the price.
Yeah, but I'm not on about the price. But I'm saying if they're all potentials, the three of them, right? Wouldn't you try to go for a proven goal scorer?
No, because the fact is, it's too much money. That's what we're trying to say. It's ridiculous money for that player. So no,
I'm talking about like a Vlahovic or somebody like that.
If you got, but he's going to be again huge money. But how many goals did Brandon score last season? How many goals did Ferguson score last season? 10, 12?
Yeah,
Orban scored 22,
like
I think. Something like 22 goals. You want to be going for someone that's scoring in the high teens or early 20s.
And we've got this young
Also, Vlahovic wasn't that good last season, so he's not proven. It's not like he's going to come in and 100% fit in and score, and there's a lot of money to spend on a risk. Orban is a less expensive risk, and if we get it right, this guy is going to be a very, very good player. So I feel like that potential is more than what Vlahovic has got, and for that price, Vlahovic is too much, man. It's too much of a risk.
But we've also got the Argentinian wonder kid as well that we've bought in. Would you put him and Orban? Yeah, but would you put him and Orban as a double act up front as a front two?
No, he doesn't play with a front two, does he? He doesn't really play with front twos.
Look, for me, I would look if Kyogo didn't sign a new contract at Celtic, I would have loved him at Spurs. I really have done, and he's just signed a 4-year contract, so we know that. Look, it really Mia. We know Harry Kane's gone, and I've said this before. Do you think Tottenham should have had a plan who they wanted to get in to replace Harry Kane, or do you feel? I know your views on this, but do you think we should have had some sort of a short list? This is who we're going to go after and do their due diligence.
But how do you know that we haven't? That's what you're saying that because, that's not. It hasn't been done. That's what I can't understand.
Just asking. Yeah, it just seems if they had it done, I would have thought they would have got his replacement in already. If you know what I mean, instead of waiting.
It doesn't always work like that, Dermot.
No,
we know
I know that. I know that. Philip, what do you reckon? What's your view on that?
Never look a Gift Orban in the mouth. That's why I'd look at it.
Excuse me, don't steal my jokes. That was my joke. I said that a good couple of weeks. I said that a couple of weeks ago. And
it shows your copyright. Shows your copyright.
I'll show you my. I'm gonna clip the video and show you where I said it because I was waiting to say it and then I said it and I was like, finally I get to say it on my video, my live video.
Got there first.
Hang on.
No,
just let me put it on the calendar when Mia and Philip's court date is. On the 18th,
I've got proof. I can show you when my life was.
Yeah, on the 18th of December, Philip and Mia are in court for copyright issues. There you go. Would you fancy settle it? Would you settle out of court?
We'll settle out of court for caramel latte and a bottle of Fanta.
No, because everyone steals my stuff, right? I'm not going out settling out of court at all, mate. I don't think so. I want extra. I want more than that. I want some Ferrero Rochers as well.
Oh, okay, all right, okay, right. You're throwing a bag of Rolos as well. No.
I'm saying nothing.
Right.
I thought the insurance for Kane was Richie. Yeah, that's true. But Richie's a tip. Neil Shafton said Vlahovic is 6'3" and he's a big man who can also get up for headers. So Thomas Byrne, the big Celtic man from Glasgow. Big up, Thomas. Hope you're doing well, sir. Hope you do live in Glasgow after me saying that. Probably tell me you don't. But anyway, you can have Kyogo. He's too good. Well, I tell you what, you can have Eric Dyer, Sanchez, Tatanga, and Dombele. All world.
You're getting rid of our 4 best players, Dermot. You're getting rid of our 4 best players.
I know.
Shame on you.
I know. Well, there you go. I have to. We've got Greg Sealant. I like to see him try Sonny down the middle, someone who can cross down the left. That's true. Big
could
up
happen,
Drew,
you know.
who's in. Sorry, but what's the money got to do with it? We want to compete at the highest level and win trophies. What's wrong with paying for quality? That's true.
Can you leave it?
Because the
That's
thing is with quality, you're assuming quality. That's my problem, because you're assuming that they're going to come in. Because look how much we paid for Lo Celso and Ndombele, because we paid a lot of money. Spending lots of money doesn't always equal quality, is all I would say.
Big up to Erwin. Hi, chat. Hi, everyone. Big up, Erwin. How are you? G'day. We've got Sealant saying Vlahovic is overrated. I really don't see it.
Yeah, everyone's their own opinion, you know.
Yeah. Do Chelsea not want Vlahovic? I think Chelsea want everyone. Philip,
He's
look,
about the
very
only one
quickly-
that don't watch.
Yeah. Look, Mia, I didn't get your thoughts on this the other day. It was very quickly. I was watching a thing on Talk Sport with Simon Jordan trying to explain the FFP. Now, Philip said to me that UEFA are closing that loophole in the thing. I'll start with you, Mia, then I'll go to you, Philip. Are Chelsea heading for trouble?
We always hope so, because we think they do things the wrong way, but they never really get into trouble. So probably not. No.
Now, Philip,
I
do
think
you
what's gonna
understand? Do you understand the loophole as well? Because I watched it a few times. I don't get my head around it. They've spent
No, it's-
886 million. They've bought in 600 million. So
Yeah.
apparently there's sort of 62 million in credit.
Yeah.
It's
because of the length of contracts they're given. The value of each player is worked out over the length of the contracts. If you buy a player for 20 million, right, and give him an 8-year contract, that's 2.5 million a year, right? Whereas on a normal 3-year contract, it'd be 7 million a year. So that's how they're doing it. They're extending the length of the contracts, making the players look like they've cost them less than they have. But I think what FIFA or UEFA are going to do in the summer, they are going to probably allow the maximum amount allowable for FFP as a 4-year contract or a 5-year contract. Certainly not an 8 or a 9-year, which is what Chelsea have been doing. So they're going to get nipped in the bud, and they probably will get into trouble. We can but hope.
So Mia, look, I look, what should be done with FFP? And I'll go back to you as well, Phil. I'd love your opinion on this. What should be the penalties for clubs that are abusing the transfer market? What should be the penalties?
It should be more than just a fine, because with those clubs, money doesn't really affect them. So it should be stuff like point deductions. That's what I think anyway. I think point deductions are probably the best way to try and prevent it, like prevent people from doing it, because I think, oh, we're going to lose points, and that's a big thing. But it ain't going to happen, Dermot. The fact is they're not going to do it. They rather get the money, because if they get a fine, don't forget, where does that fine go? It goes back into them, doesn't it? So they want that fine. So it's just like they're never going to do that, which is the fair way to probably try and do it, to prevent it.
I think there should be points deduction, as well as what UEFA tried to do with City till they appealed it, a 3-year ban from Europe. Hit them with I know money isn't a problem. They'll pay the fine, no problem. But the loss of prestige of not being in Europe, and the fact that if you hit them with a 10-point points deduction, they probably won't win the league. That's where you want to hit them, where it hurts. But the UEFA won't have the balls to do it. They'll cave in at the last minute, or City or Chelsea will have such expensive lawyers, they'll find another loophole and get out of it that way.
Yeah. Would you go for relegation?
You want to be a really bad case to get rid of, because they'd appeal that and get away with it. That would be classed as too severe a punishment, you know. Although it has happened. Rangers were relegated in Scotland because of it. So it has happened before.
Yeah. Big up to Tottenham forever. It says big up Dermo, Mia, Philip. And how's the weather? Are you all okay? Well, the weather in Wexford, it is. We're under the influence of Storm. What's Betty? Storm Betty's now hitting Ireland. Yeah, Betty. I'm Betty. Okay. No, I'm going home to see Betty.
We've nothing up here now.
You're staying here. No, that voice you're not.
Frank Spencer. That was funny.
Look at me. I'm good. I'm real good. Right. Yeah. So the weather is raining here. What's it like up in Leitrim?
That's all right. It's a bit dull, windy. Not too bad.
Yeah.
It's dry anyway. That makes a change.
How's your satellite? Is it in the right position for you?
The last time I looked, yeah, it was gone. It must be when I'm talking to you. So there you
are. How's the weather in your neck of the woods?
It's actually sunny now. We had a bit of rain, and now it's a bit more blue skies, but apparently we're going to get some more rain later. So I'm not looking forward to that one.
Yeah. But yeah, we're all right, but it's just raining. We've got Greg saying, let's say, if because they write off the debt over 5 years when the sell it comes out over the course of one financial year.
Yeah,
it really is. Yeah, it is.
It's a very poor system that allows abuses like that.
We've got where is it now? Where did it go? Yeah, Thomas said no thank you to them players, Philip.
Oh shucks. Mustn't have done my sales pitch good enough. Yeah.
No, you didn't know. We've got loss of points from Neil Shafton.
Yeah.
True, Gary. We've got Peter. Abuse of the transfer market has to be deterred with points deduction and relegation. Blackouts for TV. Now, there's another one.
Keep the money. Yeah,
that
might be, they'll get seen. Yeah.
Carl's down. Yeah, I am down to giving Chelsea a 30-point deduction.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Gary Beck saying points relegation forced closure. That'd be fitting for them. Yeah, it would do. What else we got? Why would you? This actually, do you want to answer this one, Mia, to Colin Turner? It's actually make a good point on this. Why would you give a player a 7-8 year contract, hope it comes back to bite them? The Sky reporter Poch is building something special. You mean buying?
Something special.
If Levy started giving, say, Eric Dyer or players like that a 7 or 8 year contract, what would you be saying?
It's a little bit different because the reasons that they're doing the 7-8 year contract, ain't it? The reason they're doing it is to try and avoid the FFP thing. But yeah, the thing is, if you go to Chelsea, we all know what it comes down to, because pre Abramovich, they had as many trophies. No, so they had less trophies than what we had. So actually, we know what happened as soon as they got their money, and then what happened. Pretty obvious.
Pete Rem says, Philip, the problem is UEFA and FIFA are glorified TV right agents, and the big clubs are the best content, so they don't have much power over them.
That's pretty true. All right.
Yeah. Rangers were not relegated; they were liquidated.
Oh, I thought they were relegated. All right. Well, okay. I know they had to come back up from the second division.
He's been funny, Philip. Being a
Celtic he is all right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mind you, Celtic liquidate them every season.
Yeah. In for a rough night with Betty Domo. She's all hands. Very funny. Who stormed Betty? Bang-a-lang. Who stormed Betty?
Oh, yeah. Black Betty. Remember that song?
Black Betty. Hillary is supposed to hit us here in Los Angeles, but it just means rain.
That's Hillary Clinton, is it?
Yeah, we've got Peter Rem. It's nice in South London. I managed to mow the lawn, tidy the back garden this afternoon. It's all right for some, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's been busy.
Wilt McDonald says, as we're on about the weather, it's cloudy here in Florida. Lots of rain. Heat since April here in Florida. We all know Philip likes a bit of Florida, don't you? Because of one individual, Philip, don't you?
Now, let's keep the politics out of this, just in case I defend somebody with my comments.
Right. Colin Turner, why are the Arabs meeting UEFA now? Did see this, Philip.
Yeah.
There is a meeting today. Now,
to get into the Champions League, that's what it's about.
Yeah, I stated, it was on TalkSport, man, I'll start with you in this, that they said the Saudi Pro League within 24 months will be bigger than the Premier League. Now, we went through Neymar stuff yesterday, didn't we, Philip? And some of the stuff, I did. You weren't here, but I went through some with me. You sent me the article. What was it? 3 cars, a 10-meter pool.
Oh, more cars than that. It was all different types of cars. Yeah. Plenty of them.
And he says he's not going there for the money. 260 million a year, and it's not going for the money, right? Mia, can you see the Saudi Pro League teams getting into the Champions League in European football?
Yeah, I said it the other day when we spoke about it, and I said, yeah, I can see them doing it because basically they're going to UEFA want the money, so of course they're going to accept a big paycheck so they can let them in. Of course they're going to. Absolutely, they're going to do that. I won't see them not doing it. I'll be very surprised if they don't.
But you know the implications of that. If they are allowed to get into the Champions League, right, then they have to become under the rules of financial fair play. And that would disqualify every one of them straight away. So that's going to be a tricky one. I certainly do not want to see any Saudi teams, any European competition.
But the thing is, Philip, they could pollute the football pyramid in Europe.
Oh, it
Because
could.
you know what?
It'll pollute. I'll tell you what it will
break
do.
it.
It'll pollute UEFA and FIFA. They've that much cash in their pockets. They won't even know where to put it, because what's going to happen there.
Yeah, but will that break the pyramid then? The football how the pyramids are set up, will that then break the pyramid?
It could well do. It could well do. They tried it with the golf. It didn't work. So this is the next
PGA. But the
PGA backed into that. They backed up. They gave up. They gave up to live.
Yeah.
But no way those teams should be in Europe. Absolutely no.
I tell you one thing, guys. I would love to discuss this on a proper discussion on this on the podcast. This would be a really good discussion, actually.
Well, after that meeting takes place, we might have more idea what's happening there. We could do that.
Yeah, we do. I would like that. And Amir, I'd love you on that as well, because I would love to get your thoughts on it, because some of your thoughts, as well as Philip's, are very, very interesting and very sort of. We love our football. We don't want to lose it, and this is the problem. Are we fighting for football's very soul, guys? Is this what's happening here?
Well, I mean, if the influx of play, you see, apparently the Saudi Arabian transfer window doesn't shut for long after our one, so there could still be. What'll happen is you probably find there'll be players out of contract. We're all moving to Saudi Arabia in the September-October time, and the more players that go, the less chance there is, or the more chance there is of the cry getting louder to allow these guys to display their talents in a wider field. Now, let's face it, playing in Saudi Arabia every week is going to get boring. So they want to expand their repertoire.
Yeah, and Saudi Arabia are apparently going to play 2 internationals at St. James's Park during the
the venue is very, very interesting there, isn't it? Seeing as they own the club that they're playing at, And you'll probably find Newcastle will get loan players back from Saudi Arabia that can't get into the teams over there.
Do you guys think that it was? I'm going to be a bit of a cynical person here and say that the reason they bought these clubs like Newcastle is to basically worm their way into becoming into the football, like obviously becoming into those competitions. Because call me a cynic, but it just seems to be that that's kind of how they're sort of like edging their way in, isn't it? Really, let's be honest.
You know, my answer to that, Mia, is the Pope a Catholic? You're dead right.
There we go.
You are right, Mia. Look,
right.
For me, I think the boat was horsed. Do you know the saying, the horse is bolted the gate? It's a bit late now.
The bolt is horsed, yeah.
Yeah, I think UEFA and FIFA are now going to be backed into a corner where they're going to have to say, yeah. They're going to have to say, and it doesn't matter what anyone else says. It doesn't matter with the Premier League. I think the Premier League will have to take a stand.
Someone has to object. They have to object. That's be Bundesliga has to object. The French league, the Italian league, the Spanish league, all have to get together and say no.
Does that mean pulling our teams out of European competitions as a protest?
That's the thing.
But the problem you've got is that don't forget some of those states already own some of the clubs in other countries as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's where your problem lies. That's what I'm saying. They've wormed their way into places to make sure that they basically people won't be able to fight it because they own different clubs in different places. So it'll be much harder.
I feel as somebody, Colin Turner, but apparently Philip isn't welcome in the States. We don't know. We'll find out about this, Mia, but I wouldn't believe it. As he turned down their Vegas offer to be their Tom Jones tribute act. Which hotel did they offer you, Philip? The Mirage?
It was
the
Hilton? No. It was the what was I looking for? The Holiday, not the Holiday Inn, the cheap one, Motel 3 or whatever you call it over there.
So basically, Mia, you can go to Vegas now and get married by Philip as Tom Jones. There you go.
But Joe, why he didn't do it? It's because they allowed to have pink M&Ms and there weren't enough knickers being thrown at him by the grannies.
That's true. That's true.
Apparently, I heard on the grapevine Philip and Elton John were going to do a duet, but apparently they had a big bust up. So I don't know if that's true. Got any comment on that, Philip?
Yeah, he wanted the suit with the more sequins, and I wouldn't let him.
Oh, I don't know.
Now, back to the football, please.
See what got put up with me. Honest to God. Big up, Carl. If you are enjoying this, please hit the like button and subscription button. Please pick up your memberships as well on our channel and as well as Mia's channel as well. It will help both channels grow. And also, if the chat is humping, so if you want to make it a super chat, we'd be more than grateful. I know times are hard out there, but there is good ways of making it. What we got there, we've got Colin Turner. They're taking the game away from the working man, woman, and everything is for benefit of the corporate America and Arab world. I can't disagree with that comment. That's spot on.
No.
Worldwide TV advertising, worldwide TV rights, advertising, streaming, super leagues, etc. Money, money, money.
That's all. That's it.
Yeah, and good day. Just will say good day to Tequila, and he says good day Sheila. He says good day Cobbers, and good day Sheila. Good day. Thank God we've got Ange. Exactly. Yeah, Philip was telling me that last night when I was hearing about a 70-year-old going, Tom, come here, come back. Philip says, I've got to go now. What was it? What was he singing last night, Mia? What was it called again?
What, Sex Bomb?
Sex Bomb. That's what he was singing. Yeah, Sex Bomb. And then he finished off a rendition of Kiss by the Prince song. He did that rendition last night as well. Very popular, apparently.
I'm going to be like Basil Fawlty here. He says, I'm going to change the words around a bit here. He says, have you ever read the book How to Murder Your Co-Commentator? I've read it 7 times.
Oh, dear. Keep the horses' heads coming. Keep the horses' head coming. Now, Philip, what else have you? Now, to be fair, Philip's been brilliant today. He's done all the banners for me. So, Philip, do you want to start in this one?
Mia shaking her head already. The only reason I put this in, should Pierre-Emile Højbjerg start against Skip, I thought Skippy was a little bit off the pace against Brentford. And I feel against United, we might need a bit more steel in there. That's the only reason I put that in. No offence to Oliver Skip. I just feel Højbjerg might be a more suitable player to play against the likes of Fernandez and whatever tomorrow. But Mia obviously disagrees there, so I'll let her say what she has to say.
I would say that we've got another player who could play in that position that'd be good, Sarr. Give Sarr a chance, man. I think Sarr would be much better. He's athletic, he's quick, he's strong. He also has a good eye for a pass. So I think that Sarr ahead of Højbjerg and Skip 100%.
Very good. Yeah, no, I put that just to start a bit of an argument, really, because like I know, so I'm a fan of Sarr as well. Like I saw him play against Shakhtar Donetsk, and he was very, very good. But it's just United are a different kettle of fish, though. You know, a bit more experience might be just needed against them. You know. Because they'll be trying all the tricks.
Yeah, for me personally, look, as much as I agree with you, Mia, about Sarr, and I do really definitely agree with you on that point, I think if you're playing United, you want somebody with experience in there, and I think you would start with Højbjerg and then bring on Sarr. Or would you start with Sarr and then bring on Højbjerg? I wouldn't start.
Don't have Højbjerg nowhere near that team because he's too slow. He hasn't got the brain to think quickly. We want to dominate the midfield, right? We can't dominate midfield with a player who tries to play, who's better at playing defensive football. We're not going to play defensive football. We're not going to play put your foot on the ball, slowly passing sideways. He wants quick football. Sarr is much quicker, much stronger, and really intelligent with the ball quickly. A pass ball quickly. So, he's not thinking about it. No. So don't let Højbjerg nowhere near the team.
No. So do you feel that, okay, well, fair enough. Now, do you make a very good point there, actually? I don't think that... What do you think should happen to Højbjerg now? Look, he can go, but only if the price is right. If he's still there after the window closes, guys, what would you do with him?
He'd be a squad player. He'll play some games, but not all of them, you know. And I would just say that I'd say the horse's head is on its way to you now, Mia, from Ellie. After that,
well, she knows how I feel about Højbjerg. I've never minced my words when it comes to Højbjerg. So,
if Højbjerg is not playing, that would tell you that he's been sold. If it doesn't play tomorrow, exactly. Yeah. And Colin, if you are watching this, can you please? I can get his number off you. That's right, I can do it. Because I have to change my WhatsApp, so I've lost everyone's number, including yours, Mia, so I need to sort that out. Kane is gone.
I want you to have my number. It's all right.
Oh, okay. She says that with a wink. Kane is gone with a sigh. We have Richie now. Sorry, Nelly threw... all right. See, too
Oh,
much tequila.
tequila.
Do you know what I
Sarni.
said? Did anyone see the documentary that Harry Kane, or the interview Harry Kane did with Sky the other day there? He never mentioned Tottenham once. He never said he missed his teammates. It's as if he'd never played for us. It was, I actually watched it. He mentioned the word Tottenham once, but it was more to do with, nothing to do with the team. It was somewhat the area or something like that. So I was very disappointed. But it's obviously a planned thing now. The king is dead. Definitely long live the king.
Yeah, it is. Wait until Philip does his version of Flashdance. Somebody grab the buckets of water.
Jesus. Oh.
Are you going to wear the leotard as well, Philip, with it?
No way.
And then after that, it's going to be Dirty Dancing, and then followed by Grease. And he's going to be Sandy, by the way, not John Travolta's character.
Better get the wig. Better get the wig on, you know.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
the leather trousers.
Well, why do Friday shows always turn into an absolute shambles? The rest of the week goes brilliantly. We're professional. Come Friday, the Friday afternoon show, that's it. Just everything's out the window.
Yeah, sure, why not? A bit of crack.
Well, there's a bit of crack. Kane and his stupid sketches can do one.
Yeah, he's signed a big contract with Skechers boots, and they're not available to the public till September. But he's the first person to try them out.
Yeah. Dermot, you know Højbjerg will be gone this week. We're already working on that replacement. He'll be walking past the cock. Shut up, for fuck's sake.
In a while, Carl, but you got him again. Yeah,
don't forget, we are back on tonight at 9 o'clock for the Cockerel Clock podcast. One or two are already up on Spotify. Please get there. I really like Dirty Dancing. I like Dirty Dancing. Was taking the piss out of a lot of. Do you want to read that, Philip? I can't get my teeth around.
I like Dirty Dancing. Was taking the piss out of a lot of a kid for that.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I love Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing is my all-time favorite movie. I know it word for word. I absolutely love Dirty Dancing.
Friday afternoon show turns into the Spurs defense.
Oh, a bit of a shambles, huh?
Yeah. Look, I have to say it. I've got this, as Eric Dyer would say.
So you're the Eric Dyer. You're Eric Dyer. I'm definitely going to be Romero. Who are you, Philip?
He's going to be Sanchez, my partner.
No,
I think I'm going to be Mickey van der Ven.
You could be Mickey. Okay, cool.
How do I get stuck with a useless player? I'll give up.
Because you said you got this, so you're Eric Dyer.
Look, we are talking very quickly. We are going to get some merchandise done. Me and Philip were talking about this today, and we are going to have T-shirts with "I've got this" on it. We are going to do T-shirt, print them off now, but we are going to do hoodies and T-shirts with our gold emblem on it, and so it's something to watch out for. It's early in the pipeline, but yeah, you can walk around with the THFC Till I Die top on and show everyone that you're proud to watch this channel. Gary Beck says, Harry is a machine. All about Harry, always has been. We're just his vehicle. He was just our weapon.
I begin to think that now, the way he said dissed us all together.
Wayne Newton, anyone?
He's an American actor, isn't he, or a singer?
Yeah. Philip is Daniel Levy.
No thanks.
Now, there is a resemblance.
I don't know what way to take that.
Yeah, I can actually see the
Hang on, I've got hair. He hasn't.
That's like me saying that you look like Eric Dyer, Dermot. Come on, get out of here. What are you talking about?
That's a wig Philip's wearing. That's actually a wig. He puts it on before the show. He is Daniel Levy.
You told me you were never going there, Dermot.
I love the show on the Friday. It really is good fun. I be Dyer. Keeler says, I will be Dyer. Getting paid with no talent is talent on its own.
It is, actually. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and then we've got Neil Shafton, Philip DeSantis. There you go.
Oh, no way.
Oh. Now,
right.
what else you got here, Mr. Brady? Oh, yeah.
We have Spurs star taking a big wage cut.
Yeah. Now, we broke this yesterday, actually, about Hugo moving to Lazio. And the question I asked there, Philip, would the league suit Hugo better than the Premier League? Because it's a slower league.
Yeah, probably would. Yeah, I mean, he's 37 now. He's, his goalkeeper. Okay, that's still not old for a goalkeeper. I mean, Pat Jennings went on till he was 40-something, But I think, it probably would suit him. Now, he is taking a substantial pay cut there. he'd only be earning 2 million a year net, which God help him. How can he survive on what is it, 40 grand a week? It's very tough.
Yeah. I'm not
I've
laughing
just-
at Philip, but I can see what's coming. What Carl's saying about Neil Shafton said about you coming up, and it's absolutely.
Can I just say, you didn't break nothing on your channel. I told you about that at 8 o'clock in the morning, yesterday morning myself. I spoke about
Yeah.
it.
Here we go again. Copyright starts again. Here we go again.
I know.
Listen, you pretend that you broke the news. I'll give that to you if that's what really you want. But if you watch my shows, if you actually watch my channel, you'll see that actually I said it on my channel early. So.
Can we come to an agreement that we both broke the Harry Kane news first? Out of everybody.
We broke that together. But this thing, we didn't know.
Yeah.
I said it.
Can I just say, I actually said it to you the other stream. It was lovely we finished that story together, actually, as we started it.
Yeah. That's right.
It was nice. Now,
I also felt a bit vindicated by everybody telling me that he wouldn't move because his wife is pregnant and blah, blah, when I said all along that no.
I felt very vindicated.
And also the trophy thing as well. Oh, he doesn't want to win a trophy because he wants to break a record. I said, that's nonsense as well. And I've been saying that all along. So, yeah.
The question to you all. The question to, do you want to read this out, Philip? Sorry, my teeth, I cannot get round some of the words today. I'm sorry.
I suppose it's where you're sticking things as well. Maybe that's the reason.
Can I talk to you about that after the show?
Now, let me see. Question to all of you. Will there be any more moves in or out? If so, who and what? Do you rate the window as it stands? And if your predictions come true? There will be, yeah. I mean, I think we're going to carry on now. If you can hang on a couple of minutes, we're going to mention who is in for who. There are at least 4 players in demand, if you like, by other clubs. And hopefully they will move out. We will be bringing in a striker, I have no doubt. So, yeah, we have and if that happens, then I regard that as a pretty good window. We've covered most of the angles. Maybe another centre-back would be advisable, but get rid of some of the dead wood. That's very important.
Look, very quickly, I because I've been out of touch with everyone so far this week, I haven't got the latest from my source. Mia uses the same source as we do. So maybe Mia can get us up to date or whatever news there has been. But because I've been out of touch with people, I don't know. But look, there will be movement. You watch Deadline Day. Deadline Day is going to be fantastic. Mia?
Yeah, I think that we will get out. I think there will be outgoings for sure. I definitely think that's going to be something we'll get done first. And if we get Gift Orban in another centre back, I would rate the window probably at an 8.5. If we don't, I think I'd rate it probably at a 6.5.
I'd give
there's on the screen now.
Sorry,
what would you give it?
Philip, sorry.
Well, no, what would you give it, Dermot?
I would give it 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I would. I'd give it 8 for the minutes.
If you put the Harry Kane situation out of it, it's been a good window. I understand people like Dave and that they're saying we need to get the deadwood out. Yes, we do. But it's hard to get rid of these players that who's going to buy them? So what do you go down the road of ripping up contracts? But you know as well as I do, guys, that it's a mutual thing when you rip up somebody's contract. What do you do? Look, but I think we've got a new goalkeeper. We've got a centre-back, which we desperately need. We need another one. We've got Maddison in out of nowhere for 40 million. If we get a striker in now, I think we'll be pretty set for a good push for the Champions League this season.
Hopefully. Well, if we go the 3 players plus Hugo Lloris that are in demand are on the screen there at the minute. So Inter Milan are pursuing Jaffa Tanganga. Rennes are looking for Tanguy and Dombele. Apparently, the manager at Rennes used to work with him before at Lyon, so that's why he wants him. And Sociedad are looking for Sergio Reguilon. So got rid of those. Like, we're not going to get a big transfer fee for any of those guys.
No.
In fact, Galatasaray wouldn't pay 10 million for Tanguy and Dombele. So be lucky maybe if we get 10 million for the lot of them.
We've got the key list says apparently Sarri has fallen out with the owners of Lazio and he doesn't want Lloris.
God, that's happened pretty quickly because that was early on today. That was going on.
Tequila says we need a quality centre back. For me, it's good for me. Tequila says Levy time, Dermo. Levy time. We've got Tequila. Mia told me she wants to get Gary Neville on her show. Simon Jordan getting out of hand. I would love to get Simon Jordan on this show, actually. There we go.
I'm
There's
back.
Daniel Levy ringing Philip. Or was that John Lewis? We've got Domo's like Sky Sports running second-hand news. And this one, I think this is a great one, Mia. Mia's getting an ego. Wow. Once she gets to 5K or subs, we're in trouble. Can I just
you are
say,
in
yeah,
trouble.
Can I just say, Mia's a big softie, really. She's got no ego. Not like the fella next to her. He's got the massive ego going. He has. We've got here this one. Look at this one for Neil Shaft and Philip John Trump. I am going to start that and show that to Philip. Mia, the last one we've got here is Eric Dyer to Celtic. Can you see it happening?
No, it's a weird one because apparently quite a few people are in for him, but I can't see him going. I just can't. It just doesn't look like he wants to go, does it? Because he wants to fight for his place because he's got this. So I just don't think he's going to go, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think so. I think Tottenham should either pay off the rest of his contract or leave him in the reserves and let him run down his contract. For me, you would love Jordan on your show. Imagine the arguments you could have with him, Mia.
Yeah, I was just. I went on mute. I would love it. I think it'd be brilliant to have those discussions with him. I think I would take him to task on many things because, like, the way he likes to try and trip people up because he feels people are not as intelligent as him. I think I would actually like to maybe come from my point of view, which is maybe a little bit more like a little bit similar to how he is. So maybe he'll be a bit tripped up by that because he'll be a bit like, oh, hold on a minute. She's coming from a different point of view. I'm not going to just try and just chuck stuff at him. I'd like to actually have that real conversation and have those discussions with him. I would absolutely love to have Simon Jordan on. I really would.
Yeah,
I think it'd be really interesting.
I love listening to him and Jim White in the mornings. They're great. The short bits to put up on YouTube, the 7 or 10 minute ones, they're great. I wonder what's their plan is for Phillips. Obviously involved him with the first team, but how much game time? We have to wait and see.
He's still young, isn't he? So I don't think it'll be much time.
Now, Mia, can we do a player swap? Nobody will have them. Now, Mia, look, I look. Do you want to give your channel a plug? We're going to end it there because we are back tonight with the podcast. So where can people find you, Mia? And what are you now subs wise now?
Oh, I am on, let me have a little look, 1014. So,
Wow.
Yeah, not too bad.
No.
So, yeah, if you can go over, I'm going to put my link in the description for you guys now to go and subscribe. That would be fantastic. I'm now changed my times. So I will be putting content out 5 p.m. on Thursdays and Sundays if the game is on a Saturday, and if it's on a Sunday it will be Friday, Mondays, and then cup games obviously will be adjusted, but it will mostly be at 5 o'clock. I also covered the press conference from Ange Postecoglou today, so that's obviously other content that I do. So I do previews, reviews, covering the press conferences, and then also at the moment doing transfer news daily. So I do a 5-minute video, around 5 minutes normally in the morning, to give everybody the latest.
Yeah, well, look, please everyone get over there and like Dragon D Nuts. Nice. Congrats on 1K, Mia. Yeah. Mia, pleasure say one of your memberships will be called Starbucks memberships.
It called Starbucks or in the Outback. That's what I might have to. In the Woods. We should be. I should call one of them called In the Woods at a long way from Starbucks. Yeah, I should change them up, shouldn't I, Carl? To suit.
Do you know what, Mia? We've gone through a show without my computer blue skeezing, me freezing, or any hiccups.
He says.
In
the mud membership. In the mud.
Yeah, in the mud. In the mud. Carl, he wouldn't get into our midfield. But listen, thank you all for watching. We are back tonight at 9 with the Cockerel Clock podcast. So please join us for that. Mia, look, we always end up on Fred. So what's Fred up to?
Fred is Tottenham fans on the last day of the transfer window.
Oh, down to Fred.
Well, we've run out of stuff to say, really.
I think
Sorry,
it's
but
going to be
they're
the last day of the transfer window when Dyer is still here.
Yeah.
Once it turns like 1 minute past 11.
Now, Philip, you've been holding out on me and Mia.
What?
You haven't been really truthful about your name, have you?
What?
You really haven't. Mia, you're quite annoyed about this, aren't you, Mia?
I'm really devastated, actually.
I saw Maya. I'm just
Do tell.
absolutely devastated.
What have I done? What have I done now?
When did you become Philip John Trump? Now, when were you going to tell us that Donald Trump was your brother?
It's such a hard thing to admit to, really. You know, it's been I've been ashamed of it for years. You know, but the only hope is now that once he gets jailed, I'll be able to hold my head up again. You know.
Well, can I ask you? Can we just ask you a question? Does Mary know? That's what we want. That's the burning question. Did she? Oh,
she might be looking for me money.
Yeah, Philip hides it under his bed, apparently. Or somewhere up the Dublin Mountains.
Neil, I'll come back to that comment later in a later stream, you know.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I love it. When I saw that, I said I had to keep it to the end. I showed it to me before you were off. I said,
Thanks a bunch.
I have to do.
Thanks a bunch.
But anyway, on that massive breaking news that Philip is Donald Trump's brother, we'll leave it there. We're back later at 9 with the Cockerel Clock broadcast. Me and Mia are going to go for, I think we need a whiskey after that or a vodka or something because that's shocking news. Philip will be back. I don't know if he's going to be wearing his red tie and white suit.
You'll never see me wearing anything red. You'll never see me wearing anything red.
The only thing that worries me now that Philip may get the insurrection manual of his brother to try to take over this channel. But whatever you do, please enjoy. Please hit the button on the way up. We're back tonight at 9. Me and Philip, of course, with the podcast. Whatever you do, enjoy yourself. Have a lovely Friday. Come on, you Spurs. In and we trust. And thank God, no blue screen at all.
Very good.